Okay, so just I am going to explain how the delete operation or removing an element from an array is work, right? So as whenever we are going to create array, we have to specify the length of an array, how many number of elements you are going to store in this array, right?
Right.
Is it clear? So initially,
Yes.
let's keep the size is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you say I want to create the array element for the 5. Okay, this is the 5 your length, but each element between the arrays is give the unique name like the 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So these are the known as a index, right? Let's here you can put some value, like here I put some value like 5, maybe 2, maybe 7, maybe 9, maybe 8, right?
Hmm.
So someone might be interested, I want to remove the element 7 from this array. This is the input array. No, I want you have to remove this element 7 from this. So this existing array, there is no any option you can remove this section, right? We have option, we can set and change some number from maybe from 7 to maybe 0, or at least we can do we have to find the 7 and set the 0. This thing we can do, but we have not removed this kind of a block, you can say. Still, if you check the array length still you find a 5. But our objective array length should be like a 4. After removing this 7 element, we have to remove somehow this element, and length would be like a 4, right?
Right.
We have to remove one element, right? So our objective is to learn how, if someone want given input array, I want to remove the element, then we can do, right? So till now, any doubt?
No.
So what the let's take the input.
Mm-hmm.
Your input, let's key this is the input array, and initially I say assign some value like 5, 7, 3, 2, 9, right?
Right.
If you print this arrays dot to string and your input, okay, and input, okay, and what is the length. If you check the length of this array dot length is the property, right?
Right.
If you run it, you notice ki we have just input array and length would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So our objective, we are going to remove any one of element. Let's say I want to remove 4 or 3. So our objective would be like this element. Let's say 4. 4 should be removed, and output like should be like a 5, 7, 2, and 9. Now length would be 4, right? Because I want to just remove this block. So let's think if how to, let's write a function like uh, what remove, yeah, delete element, and this is your let's write here static, let's void and delete element, and this will take the your input array, and which element you want to delete, right? Which element you want to delete, right? So if this is the input array, and just print int I equal to 0, I less than a dot length I plus plus So just let's check out the I value and plus A of I. A of I means we are reading the element what contain here, right? This is a zero. What is the zero position value, right?
Right.
So till now I'm just printing. We are able to read each element by now, right? So we have to call this methods, and here we pass input and your. Let's say I want to remove the element 4, right?
Okay.
And if we run, so our objective we are able to print this all the element, right? This is the 0 index value 5, 1
Mm-hmm.
index value 7, 2
Mm-hmm.
index value 2, 3 index value 4, and 4 index value 5, right?
Right.
Right.
This is your value. This is your value, right? And this is the index, right?
Mm-hmm.
Index. Which I want to remove. I want to remove element 4. Okay. Let's see. I want to plus delete element 4. So we have to think now in this array we are able to read one by one element, right? Here our 0 index have 5 value, 1 index 7 value, 2 index 2 value, 3 index 4 value, and but here I want to element 4. Whenever I got 4, this right here we got the 4 value match with the 4, right? So in this case we have to somehow do some operation, right? Okay, this is the first value 5, 7, 2. Now we got 4 value, right? We
Mm-hmm.
want to
Right.
remove this 4, right? So this is the match, deleted element. So here we have to think how we have to remove the array, this element. So here let's check condition if your element double equal to a of I. That means ki I got the actual positions where we have to remove the element, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you notice here, I only print in this case only match, right? If input is the D and your match with the number, then we are going to the print value. So let is there any so notice we have only one print. This is the value 4 at index 3. Means
Mm-hmm.
our input index 0, 1, 2, 3. 3 index value we want to remove because we want to remove the element 4. So at least we can do insert minimum. There is no any like a method here ki array dot remove delete something, right? There is
Mm-hmm.
no any some provision. So at least we can say ki a of I, whatever the number, let's say I want to set 0. So
Mm-hmm.
these things at least you can say ki whenever I find 0, we have to set 0%. That means this value currently 4 is the somehow disappear from the array, you can say.
Acha, acha.
So I am saying whenever match at this index, I am setting the value something 0, minus 9 something. This is input, and after that I print again after. Okay, ye before.
Mm-hmm.
So you run, you notice we are able to remove this fourth value. Notice this fourth value in output not here, right?
Right.
Let's pass here 9.
Mm-hmm.
So in this element, we can just nullify, or you can say just set default value 0. So now notice here 9 is not available, right? But
Mm-hmm.
still array length is same, right? In existing array, if you want to just hide, yeah, remove element, one option you have just set the some value, maybe 0. So it
Mm-hmm.
at least like now this array, A array does not contain the input like a 9.
Mm-hmm.
But still array length is the still 5 because just we are changing the value from find value to 0,
Mm-hmm.
right? Till now any doubt and question? This is the one
No.
way you are going to just set if you found the element, add the 0 0 or -1 something, anything you can set, right? Something whatever the good option, the default value of integer 0 is set the 0. That means those number, if someone going to search in this element 9 exists or not, you say no, not exist, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
uh, so at least you have a one option to remove element from the array. Just set, if found the position and set the 0. But this is the only problem. Our length of array is still the same. We are not reducing the length, right? We are setting some default value if the element found, right? So what other alternative option we can think? Now we have an array have an element, array have an element, right? Here I want to remove, let's value 3. I want to remove the completely array from this value. Let's get this is a 1, this is the 2, this is the 4, this is the 5, right? I want output should be not like this. Currently, what output I want? 1, 2. Here set with 0, right? And 4, then 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
So currently we have implemented, we found 3 set to the 0, the same position. So this is our input, and till now this is the output we get. We have to not remove this block, but we have to set the 0. This is the one we achieve. But someone may be interested, no, I want to, this is the length of 5, length should be like a 4, right? This should be block. I want to output like 1, 2, 4, 5. I don't want even 0, right? I want like this. And length should be like here 5, then length should be like 4, right? So if I want to like this output, then as a basic nature of, this is the basic rule. Whenever you are creating going any array, once this array created, after that you cannot reduce the length of array, or even you cannot increase the length of array. Once created, once initialized with value are created, after that array cannot be size or length increase or decrease. This is the one rule.
Oh, I mean, we can edit.
Uh, there is no any option the a dot length can be reduced or increased.
Acha, acha, acha.
You have array, just you can use read the value. Now you have one array. Here you can read the value one by one. Here we are reading the one by one value, or we
Mm.
can change the value something in this here, right? Change the value 0, right?
Right.
After that you cannot do anything here in this
Oh.
array,
Acha.
right? At least you can say here here you can say like maybe here you can say one thing, a equal to, you say null. Null means after that your array does not refer this original array. You notice here you are getting the exception. A is nothing, A is null,
Mm.
right?
Mm.
So once array created, notice here we are getting exception. Like this is the null, because null means they are not pointing to the anything. So
Acha.
once you created one array, after that there is only two options you can do. You can read value from here, you can read value, or you can modify value. Here you can change the value 2 to 0, yeah, 2 to 7, or just read what is the position of 3, what is the position of 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
The two operation once array created you can do, read value or set value. Or third operation you can just say ki array equal to null. That means I don't want to access this whole block.
Read value means like only that value that's it was
Yes,
already been there.
right.
Ajay bhai, I have a question.
Yes.
Just one additional question.
Hmm.
This null, what is the actual use in programming? But it's not zero,
Yes,
so
null
it's
means
something. So what
here
is the
I
use?
say here null means say कि now this variable is not pointing to any value. If compiler go to what is the here before this null, here a, you say a dot length. What do you mean? A have a some value, a have a some value, right? This is the array value. So
Right,
a is the reference variable. They are pointing to the memory locations where the value are stored, right?
right,
Here again say here a equal to null. So now A is not pointing to any memory location. A is nullified, means A are not have any value. A are not referring to the any memory location.
Okay, it's a
So
very
here A equal to null. That
contradictory.
means you are just
Right,
dereferencing relationship between these variables and the name.
right. Yeah, okay, okay.
This value exists, but now A is not able to refer them. Right?
Acha.
This value
Because you
exists in the memory, but
modified
now
because
this variable A using this variable name, I cannot access this memory.
okay, okay.
Uh,
But
in
if you
Java, in Java, there is a concept auto memory management. This is known as a garbage collector (GC). Whenever garbage collector run, this allocated memory is free for the use of program.
Acha.
Right? So as of now, just understand whenever you are say anything null, that means the left hand variable, this left hand variable now saying this variable cannot pointing to any object. Object means memory location where the value is
okay,
stored,
okay.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
So if this is the one thing you can do array, or you can say simply say key as out. We have array, then you can say I want to access the fourth position value, right? You can say here read means value, read means here the value you are reading. Position, let's say I want to position 3. So here we are able to read the value. Here array initialize, now we are able to read the value. So you can do one thing, you can read the value or you can modify the value, right? Now we read the value 4, right? Or you can so no, I want to change the value a of 3 equal to 99, right?
Right.
So here, so after once array created, you can do, you have only option to do, you can read the value, you can modify the value, or just say ki, hey, I want to nullify, means ki now I don't want to use the array. Three options you have, right? But these three options not solve our problem. I don't want to only read value. I don't want to update the value. Even I don't want to null our array value is going to nullify. I want something to remove the element and sub part should be exist, right? So there is just tweak. There is no any you have don't any option ki in this array, original array, you can remove element. There is no any option. You cannot do. You can just change some value, like just want to change the value 0. So in this input array, you cannot perform any kind of delete operations or remove element operation, right? So what
Right.
alternative you can do? Okay, you are not allowing me to delete the element from this array, right? Is it okay? But I can think different way. Okay, you are not allowing me removing this element. I can create new array, right? I can create new array if this is the length 5, right? I want to going to create a new array of length 4, right? And just I copy this value here. This is the 5, right? This is the value 7. I copy 7. I just skip this. I want don't skip them. I want to copy 4. I
Mhm.
want to copy 9,
Acha.
right?
Mhm.
So I want to copy 4. I want to copy 5. So in this way, I created new array with those respected value which you want only. Uh, Which you want to delete, I just skip them to copy here. So we are not removing element, just thinking different way. I am going to create a new array and just copy what output you want, and which you want to delete, I just skip them. I don't copy them in the new. So this is the one approach to address our problem, but not really. Just pretend you can say you are doing something different thing. You are just creating one a new array and copy those value which you required. Those you want to delete, thus for those element you are just say skip, I don't want to copy them, right? So this is the approach generally developer follow if someone asks to remove element from an array. Is it clear approach? Approach is that ki whatever your original array, in this array, you cannot do any kind of addition modification, like here 3, 5, 9, 7, 2. I want to remove this 7 element. In this original array, we cannot do. So what we can do, I am going to create another duplicate array, blank array. Okay, and I created blank array. I am say, hey, just copy the 0 position value at the here, right? Copy the value, again copy this value, again copy this value, again copy this value, again copy this value. Here I want to remove. Don't copy, skip, and then again copy this too. So here I copy, right? So in this way, I say I am going to return this array to you. You can use this array. This array don't have a this 7 element. So this is the tweak and a different way to think. Someone said, now I remove the element from array. Really, you not removed. You just created new array with the desired output you want. Else you ignore it. Is it okay? Any doubt with this approach? Right?
I didn't get that
Any
question.
doubt?
One more time, Ajay bhai, what was the question?
I am asking any doubt with this approach. What we are going to solve? Issue
No,
of
no, it is not a question right now. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
in
Yes.
this way, delete element uh, with set default value. This is the
Mhm.
approach you can say. Currently, what we are doing, we are deleting the remove element, but not removing, but with just setting default value right here.
So,
So, what alternative you can say? I am going to write the different method that just leave it. Okay, I am going to say remove element. Okay, not say the default value. Now we have remove element. I want to remove here. So here I say I am going to create one dummy integer, right? Integer array with the result, right? Yeah, duplicate, just result. Result array, and what would be the length, right? Length would be like whatever the existing input, original input, dot length minus one, right? Because we are going to create array with original minus one, right? Correct?
yeah.
So here we created, and now we are going to the copy element, each element except this 4 element, right? Input element. So I am going to, if this is the equal, then don't do anything, right? Else, what you do? Copy the element. So if something here, skip, right? Skip element.
You're right.
If your element is the deleted element, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you skip, don't do anything. Else, always copy. Means ki whatever the value of, whatever this original array value, whatever this value, just copy the result inside result, right? In the result, right?
Mm-hmm.
So result index, let's start index, right? Start
Right.
0 position, right? So here say
Mm-hmm.
ki whatever the result index, go and start here, right? And just say index plus plus for next time next index, right? So here I'm doing just I am checking the deleted element. Could be upset this is a deleted element, okay? Deleted, okay? Is deleted element is matched with the deleted element, right? We are reading first 0 position value is matched with the deleted element, then
Mm-hmm.
don't do anything, right? If not match, then to go and result this value in our result array, right? So here what we are doing, whatever my original array, right? I am creating the length minus 1, right? This is the new result array we created here. Length minus 1, like here this is this is right, created. And here say ki whenever first go 0% value, this 0% value match with the deleted element, match with deleted element. If not match, then go and copy here. Here just copy this value to the result array, means copy this value to the here, like here let's 7 2 5 6 9,
Mhm.
right? So here I just copy 7. Now
Mhm.
I this increment from 0 to 1, right? And again you are checking one position value. This position value is matched with the deleted element. Let's say I want to delete this 6, right? So not match 6, don't do anything. Go here and copy this value to the here, right?
Mhm.
This is the 3, right?
Mhm.
Again go to the next element 5, 5 copy here because 5 is not match deleted element. Once you reach 6, this is the 6 match, don't do anything, right?
Mhm.
So this is the logic we say. Just we are copying the original input value to the result value and saying those are match, those don't copy. Okay?
The one I attempted, I think that was little different. I
Uh,
compared the index number.
right.
Hmm.
So don't copy them, right? And now if you call this function, let's comment out all the things as of now. And now I call this function like deleted element, like I want to delete here like 4, right? And after that, let's I print it. Okay. If you run this code, I have written the new logic, but still I am getting the same out because oh semicolon. So notice still I am getting the same input, right? Because whatever the new array I created, I am not returning those array, right? Because this method return void. Void means
True.
nothing, right?
Right.
So we have to return this, say ki whatever the integer return, this result return the result array, right? Right? And I'm say,
Mhm.
hey, you just take output what I'm returning, right? Integer array output, right? Here you don't print like a input array, you just print the output array. Here should be output array, right? So if you print, right? So your this output array which this method return what method return? They return the new array which you created, right? Result, right? So if you print the output array, you are getting the expected output what you want, right? So notice your input this, your output array don't have a like 4 element. Notice, and length is still a 4, right? And still your this input array same. You are not doing any change in the input array, right? So after removing element, you check the output. Out have a deleted element, right? Let's like number some 8 3. Okay, and just I want to remove the element 3, right? So here third element, the last must be removed. So yeah, just one, you can say just one logical concept. We are not actually, if you note, your actual array still have the same, no removing element. But notice in the output array, we have removed this element because and now length become also 6. So here for removing or deleting any element, there is no any specific way to delete the element, but alternative, what we have just create one new array and copy those value which are only want, right? And which you want to remove, just skip them. Any doubt, any question?
Got it.
Right? Is it clear how you are going to remove an element from an array? The original array you cannot do, but alternative you can say कि I am going to create a new array, and in this array I am skip those things which you don't want, right? And which element you want, only those I copy here. Here I am just copy element from original array to result array, right? So just why I'm just copy the element all in the result array, and I'm saying let's check the result array. Result array means output array. In output array, your element is deleted. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Someone asked, can you delete or remove element from an array? Actual answer, in existing input array you cannot do, but alternative you can say I am create new array and return those value which you are interested, right? And which you want to delete, I just skip them. Any confusion, any doubt, right? So here, if no any question, the one thing we are do, whatever we have one element array, if anyone want to remove element, then only we have one options. In this element array we cannot do anything. So what alternative? We are just creating the new array with a less than size, right? And copy this only element which we are interested, right? I'm not interested here, I'm not copying this, right? Same logic apply for if I want to add one more element to this array, right? In this original array I want to add one more element, not remove. Similarly here, in this original array you cannot do adding any element. We are just create one bigger space, right? Bigger space, and copy all the value, and now we have extra space. In extra space you can put the new value. So for add or remove, you have only one alternative workaround. You just create the new copy of array. So let us, in this array I want to add one more element. So here you want to cannot add any more element. If this is the length, that means after that you cannot increase the length. So what alternative? Just similarly here, similarly, instead of delete you have add element option, right?
Hmm.
Add element. This is you want to add the element. So here you are going to create a new result array with a +1 value. You are going to add one more element, right?
Right.
Here you flatly copy all the things, right? No need to check, right? Here just copy all the original array element value to the result array, right? And you just return. Where's something extra? Yes. No, still extra. Yes. So here, what do you think? Just copy all the element in new, and new already have one extra length, and after this, you can say once loop done, copy all the done, then paste the add element, right?
Right.
You copy all the things, and now you already know in this array already have one extra space. In the extra space, you go and paste this element. So if you say here like s out add element, and your input array A, and I want to add like maybe 101, right? 109, right? And if you read here again after add, and still if you note the hmm, here later after delete, look, output should be look here, this delete operation after delete your original input, your original input never change, right? Same here you write this, and here you said int array, and what they return the new array, new added array. Okay, new input, new with new added input output array, added array, right? Any name you can give, right? So this check here, instead of output I check the our length here, right? And just add new. Okay. So this is the kind of approach. Notice whenever I add new array, here notice we have added 109, right? Right?
Mhm.
But if you notice the your input array don't have anything. Your input array is still the same. Your input array is still same. Is still same. Your original array you cannot kind of any changing, right? But new array you can somewhere you can remove element, you can add element, right? Here remove length 8, here remove length 6, right? So original array is always same, because the way array data structure designs, once you create one array, in this array you cannot expand or you cannot reduce the length. Both operation not allowed. So alternative, for reducing I created new array with a less size. For expanding I created new array with large size. And I am just thinking you can use this my array, output array result. This is the just approach the way we are adding element or removing element from an array. But not actually you are doing, just we're creating the duplicate new copy. Is it clear
Uh,
how
yeah.
we are to add and
So,
remove element?
Ajay bhai,
Yes.
so line 33 to 35,
Hmm,
it goes to the end of the new array.
hmm,
Then in 37, you are adding on the last position
hmm.
on
Right,
line number 37, right?
right. Because this is the last index plus plus and the same position I'm going to add this, right?
Okay, okay, I got it. Okay.
Because what is the logic here? You just copy here, say this is your original array A, this is
Yeah,
original array A, right? This is your
yeah,
result array, right? I am say this is the zero position value. A of I means zero, right? So this
right.
zero position value you copy at the zero position here, right? Index initially zero, right? The zero position value copy, right? This value
Right.
copy here, right? And after this, the index plus plus means zero to become index zero become one, right here, right here, one position, right? This zero then become one, right? Next time you again I plus plus and check one value and copy here, one value and copy here, right? And after the copy I increment the value I plus plus, now I become a 2, right? So whenever complete this done, again this plus plus becomes this means this is the 2 and this is the 3, now this is the 4. So we are going to copy at the 4 position, right?
Hmm.
And even you can good option, you can just uh, s out print I value plus index value, right? Just we are incrementing. Oh, any route confusion or just right, I value and then index value. So if you notice before plus plus here both are the same, right? So we are copying. But once you after that you notice Index become a here output. Out. Outside loop, right? After loop. After loop. What is the value of index, right? So notice here I0 index 0 0 0 same value are copy all the things means ki 0% value 0% 1% 1%. Once you go to the after loop index become a 7, right? So are the 7 positions we are copied. This is the 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 7 position we are copying this value, right?
Mm.
109,
Yeah, yeah,
correct?
yeah.
So due to that here say ki index plus plus similarly here, right? So this loop not needed. This is the someone also write a program. Can you write a program to copy the array? This is the copy array code, right? Copying array existing array to the new duplicate array, right? Here just copy data from 0% to 0%. Once copy done, and the last I'm going to add the new element. Watch the new element I want, right? Right?
Now, can you, in line 37,
Right?
after 37, can you write this line again and copy another element? Can we,
Again repeat 37.
can you copy that,
Huh?
the whole line,
Right?
and can you paste on 38?
Yes.
Is it going to add another element?
But this will going not index just remit the let's here 109 value. Here
Yeah,
same value are going to paste at the same place. They're not
yeah,
getting
but
any kind of output. Let's here I change like here let's some value 999. So
okay,
instead of new value with the same index you are replacing 999. You are getting the output 999, right? So
okay,
observe the
okay,
output you are
yeah.
getting 999. We are not getting the 109 which you want to add, right? Here I want to add the
Okay, okay,
109, right?
because it is coming from the variable here.
Yes, this is the value, whatever value you want to add. And this is the index.
Okay, okay,
The index, you're not incrementing index. If you say here, say like index plus plus, right? Plus plus. And after you are trying, you are getting index out of bound because you are created for only one space extra, right? But you are
okay.
going
I
to
see, I
add
see. Yeah,
two element.
yeah.
So you are
Mhm.
getting the array out of bound exception, right? Because you are going to add two element, right? But you are created only 8 length, right? If you want to add two elements, you have to increment here size 2, right? I want to add two elements, right? So
Okay, then.
then it works. Yeah, they are going to add both element, this element and this element. Notice the both element.
Okay, okay. I got it. I got it. Okay.
So number of element we add extra. Similarly, we have to allocate memory. You want to add the three more value, right? So you want to just plus
Yeah,
3. Let's see, this is the new value. So I am say new value and similarly plus and plus 3 times. Let's see,
yeah.
I want to whatever the value, just here say index plus plus, right? Index plus plus.
Oh, we need to add index plus plus every time.
Yes. And here let's see, I want to multiply 10 and I here multiply let's see 100 logically. Any new number I generated, right? So I am going to add three element. One element, second element multiply by 10, third element multiply by 100, right?
Right.
So here 1, 2, 3 star. So I'm added the 3 here. If you not add here, compiler give error, right?
Okay, okay. Yeah.
Notice here 3, 109, 10 multiply by 100 multiply, right? This value, this value, this value, right?
Okay, okay. I got
Now
it. I
length
got it.
become a
Mhm.
3, third 10, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So only objective is whatever your original array, right? Whatever your original array, and after that, how many number of element you want here? Okay, number of same you allocate memory plus. Here I want to plus 3, so 1, 2, and 3 element were added extra, right? Existing copy value are the copy here, right? all the value copy from here to here, here to here, here to here, here to here, and extra value I copy here. This here, right?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
10 multiply here, 10 multiply here. So you can add any number of element in the new, right? Array. So
Hmm.
before adding any new array, you have to ensure that you have an allocated memory as well as, right? You
Right.
have to
Right.
declare array. I am going to create array for the 10 element, 12 element, 100 element, right? Is it clear?
Yeah. It's clear.
This code just copy the existing, and this are
So,
just adding the new.
uh, so similarly,
Hmm.
I need to, if you go back to the delete, I need to
Yes,
mention I can
similarly
only
here delete
delete
as well as.
one. I
Let's
can
say I
only
want to
delete.
remove the duplicate, all duplicate, right?
Yeah.
So let's say I have a two duplicate element. You want to remove two more elements. So you have to minus two, right?
Okay. 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 I see. I see. I see. Okay.
So here let's say want to remove the all the delete all the duplicate.
Okay.
So let's I comment out this code further, right? Okay, here and okay, and here just as of now just one, right?
Hmm.
Let's in this our element I remove this 4. Let's keep copy 4 comma 4 again, right?
Right.
This is an element. In this element, let's 4 more, okay? So you notice here I am removing this element, let's 4, right?
Right.
So here in this removing 4 element, we are only thinking I am going to element 4 only one time. If a one time found, they remove. So still you are getting, let's look the output. But here you allocated just length, just observe the delete output. You notice R4 is deleted, right? Here. This 4, this 4, this 4, and this 4. Notice no 4 found, right? But these are the extra 000.
Okay.
Why?
Okay.
Because
Hmm.
initially you created length, initially 11, you created length 11 minus 1, 10. So 10
I
array
see. I
created,
see. Yeah. Yeah.
but all
Hmm.
are 0. But this code is just duplicate all the things. But here only extra space. If you know the 2, 3, 4, that size we have to think here, right?
Okay.
But only
So if
problem here, you are just, I don't know the number of duplicate event maybe 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. I don't know, right?
hmm,
So if you first find out how to find out, right? So in this code, let's key I just give you the hint how to do it. I here in the output I don't want to this 0 0. How to do it? Here I don't want this extra 0, right? I remove all the 4, right? All the 4, this 4, this 4, this. But here extra 0. But I want only this element, right? Not this 0 0.
hmm,
A length also not a 10 because initially we have here total 11 element, right? Total 11 element. It's okay. But now duplicate 1, 2, 3, 4. If you minus 4, right? So
yeah.
your array should be like this, right? It's only this array, right?
Correct.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 only, right?
Yeah.
But currently our code say returns the 7th element plus 3 extra 0. Why
That
extra
was the
0?
problem. Yeah.
Why extra 0? Because while allocating a length, you only allocate minus 1. So here 11th minus 1, 10.
10. Yeah. It should be 7. So
It should
11.
be 7,
Yeah.
logically, right?
Yeah.
So how to do it?
Minus 3. Minus 4.
Here you minus 4. Someone input,
11.
someone inputs, don't change that. Let's only this. Then how your code work? So here we cannot do hard coded 1, 2, 3, 4, right?
Right. Right. Okay.
We have to decide the number of deleted element 1 or 2 or 3. Accordingly, we have to change it, right? Right.
Yeah.
So our code is not depend upon the input value, right? Input can be anything, right? Maybe duplicate, maybe not duplicate. Good option. Let's say there is no duplicate. Then what happen? maybe I want to remove not 4 for 14. Then what happened? 14 is not here. So what is out?
No.
Because we are not removing any element. But still, we are losing one data. Notice here, we are getting the problem. Here, what is the problem? Line number here. So notice here, we are getting the problem. Delete code. Because you are just, what you are doing? Whatever the array element you have, right? You are creating a one length less, right?
Yeah.
Here one length less you are creating array, and this deleted element not found, right? Not found. That means your copy here, copy here, copy here, copy here, copy here. This also you are going to the copy here, but this is not a space. So this copy code say I don't have extra space to copy all the element, right?
Correct.
Because you already reduced -1. You are expecting ki I am going copy just less one, but your condition is not matched, right? Because 14 is the not in your input array.
Mm.
So this your code fail, right? So what would be the good option? This is your code work for some condition, not for all, right? So your logically you have to think I am going to first find out the number of duplicate element, right?
Mm.
What is the number of duplicate element? So good option, first find the count the do. Just don't do anything. First find out the, don't just make a loop, find out the your first what? Count of the duplicate, right?
Duplicate
Count of
element.
the
Yeah.
deleted element. So here say int mm, count of the deleted element, right? Initially 0, right?
Yeah.
How to find? This is the code. Same code we are just removing as just one count variable. Just do count plus plus, right? Right?
Yeah.
In this way you can find out as out duplicated kitna, right? So this length should be minus, right? You are not
Okay.
-1, not -2, not -3. The number of duplicated element you have, right?
Right. Right. Okay. Okay. Got it.
Now is it okay?
Yeah.
Now you find the duplicate element, then you have to just copy those only element, right? Now we have a, so here say ki just I am going to remove all the things and just apply here the just commented the code. Okay, control Z. Okay. Instead of control Z, just write a new method. So you should know that this is the previous code that have a problem, right? This is the delete method have a problem here, -1, right? So I'm going
Right.
to mm, new code that handle all the element, right? Delete all element, right? Delete all duplicate, right? All element, right? New method. First we have to find out the deleted count, right? Here, as mentioned, int deleted count. Deleted count 0, right? And
Mm.
this logic work for your deleting, right? Same code, just not if that, right? Only reading all the element and matching with the deleted element, just a count plus plus, right? So here you find out the deleted count, right? Till now, any doubt here? How to find the deleted count? Just matching the number of element, right?
Deleted all the count. Yeah. So
Yes. One time, two
um,
time, three time, number of time. And
yeah.
here I'm going to reduce with the deleted count, not always one,
Okay.
right?
It makes sense.
Maybe
Okay.
0. In the case of 14, this count should be 0. 14 not match, right?
Mm-hmm.
This minus should be depend upon the deleted number of element. And now it's okay. after that, just you copy the code. You don't do anything, right? And now your result array, copy. I just here the copy the code. You are not doing anything. Just this is your logic. You are just creating the array of the same size which you want, right? And after
Yeah.
this, copy the code and say just return it, right? So this is the code which actually remove uh, all the occurrence of this, maybe one or maybe zero or anything. The first you finding the deleted element, right? Once deleted element match, then do copy just. So notice here I variable we are not using somewhere. The someone can we write the code like here maybe for enhanced loop as well will do right here like integer your element equal colon your array, right? And
Mm.
here say just like element some one code started iteration code, right? In this way, right?
Right.
We are one element checking matching with this element, match the count and print the count here. Now here create the index and copy one by one all value and just run it. We have to call this method, right? So let me I call again. I call this right here calling and I pass the a comma 14 again, right? Let's check 14 exists or not, right?
Sure.
And so currently run this code through exception because 14 not found, then this we are spacing, there is no space to space the copy, right?
Right.
Why this through exception? Because in the existing array whatever the element you have a result array is the less than one, right? And you are trying to copy all the value, all the value, all the value, but this value also you're trying to copy here, right? But there is no space here, right? So this say
Right.
I am
Right.
not available to hold this value because you are saying length one, right? This new object array don't have a length. So due to that, this code throw exception because I cannot copy this value to here. Is it okay?
Mm.
So this work code will still fail. So we have to comment out this code. Don't do this way. Or throw right. So let's go and I comment this. I don't want to call this method, right? This work only if the valid round. If this element exists like 4, then it's work, right? Let's I comment out here and I comment out here. Okay. And run it. And still this run and notice the duplicate count is the 0. The 0 means still copy all the data here, right? There is no
Right.
problem, right? At least 40 not found, right? Here you are trying to delete the 14. 14 element not exist. Don't do anything, same output, right? Let's
Right.
see, I pass the 4 multiple time, right? Now pass 4, right? And here pass 4 multiple time. Let's say, right?
Right.
So run it. So first I am going to figure out the duplicate count 5, right? 5 time.
Right.
Here 1 time, 2 time, 3 time, 4 time, 5 time. So I am going to create the array for only -5. What is the -5? 8. I am creating the only length of 8 and only copy.
Dynamically.
Eh?
Dynamic.
Yes.
Dynamically, you're creating. Like. Yeah.
So generally this is the way we are going to, and right, if you notice in the original code, if you uncomment here, it is also work in this case because what I am doing, I am passing 4 here. 4 at least found, right? So it works, this work code fine for the if element already exists, right? It works, right? But strategy, right? But this works for only, not no any extra space, right?
Right.
So if you think, this is the almost good way to write the code, at least not fail our code, right? So here what are we? First you are going to find out the number of element I'm going to delete, right?
Right.
Accordingly you create this data and copy the value. Just okay, this where is the condition? I skip this line. This line should be here now. We have to skip, not copy the match data, right? Might be here we are not writing code, miss, right? If you run the, might be you are getting the 4 here, right? This is the 4 I've deleted, this is for getting 4 right here,
Right.
Right, right.
because we are not checking here if skip part, right? If
Mm-hmm.
your if this deleted element should be if equal to a of I, right?
Mm.
If else, right?
Right.
Because here in the case of match data we not copy na.
Right.
Right.
Match data we have to not copy.
So you leave it blank, so it just don't do anything, right?
Don't do anything, don't go copy the data, right? Move to the
Mhm.
next. And this should be your a lane, and result dot, okay. Okay, so here you are doing I, here the I index variable, this was the some index, right? I miss copy paste, right? Index, right? Right, index
Right.
0, this should be index, okay, and
Mhm.
index plus plus, right?
Exactly.
Okay, this is the original code, right? Here
Mhm.
just say skip something, this is the same code, right? This is the same code, right? Don't do here, right? Oh, so my intelligence somehow very annoying.
It happens sometimes with me too.
Yeah. Okay. So here notice our output, because we don't want to copy this element deleted match, right? This logic cannot skip, right?
You're right.
Right.
Now notice in this element there is no 4, right?
Oh.
So here all 4 are removed, right?
Right.
So you can
Oh.
say this part, your logic is correct. This logic is purely correct. Only problem here is the -1. Here should be -1 or 2 or 3. What? I don't know
Mhm.
this element number of time match. The first we are going to count the matching. So here logic just counting the matching, right? Whatever count,
Right.
then you can just minus, right?
Okay.
So this code is work for all the situation. Data matched or not matched, or all remove all the duplicate. Here they are removing all the element which match with this. So like I think last time I've given assignment, you can write the code to duplicate, remove all the duplicate element, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is the one method you can use. This removing all the duplicate matched element, right? But
Right.
this have
Right.
a problem here. They remove all. But I have given assignment. You have to, if 4 have a multiple time, you have to remove 4, but at least keep one time, right? But here no 0 time of 4, right? You have to think that's a different problem, right? But you have same concept you can use, right?
Right.
Excuse me. Right? So any confusion, doubt how we
No.
are?
Yeah,
Yes.
I understand. I understand now the logic.
Similarly, you can do for add element here. This is +1 is the problematic hard code, right? The first you have to decide the number of element I'm going to add, right?
Mm-hmm.
Accordingly, you can here increment, right? Is it okay? Same
Yeah.
for add and same for delete. Whenever you are going to create the, whenever you have any array and you are going to perform any kind of plus operation, means add or minus operation, so you have to going to create a new copy of array, right? New copy of array. So for plus, you have to decide the number of element I am going to place. If you want to 2, 3, 4, accordingly to increase your size, right? Similarly, in the case of minus, you have to decide the number of element I am going to reduce. Accordingly, you can create the space here less than or minus. So this factor you have to ensure. Number of element you are going to add and number of element I am going to remove. First, you calculate those. And once you calculate it, after that you can create this new array, right? With that specific length, right? Is it clear?
Yeah.
So now you are know how we can add element in an array, how can remove element from an array. So let do some exercise with some variance, right? Till now,
Okay.
what we did, I am given one array like here. Let's say element of 4, 3, like a 3 and 5 and 7. I can say add 9, right? So by default, you are going to add 9 at the last, right?
Right.
Always we are adding 9 here last, right? 7 and 5, right? 3. But I want to know this 9 should be add go to the first. Is it possible?
We can try.
Let's try. I want to add 9 first. 3, then 5, then 7. I want this new element would be added to the first position, not the last position. By default, I written code for the last position, right? Can you try? I'm going to add the first position.
I can. Yeah, we can try.
Hmm. Let's try. Sometimes someone want. Okay, I want this 9 should be after go after 5. Might be someone interested? Okay, I want to add this 9 element, but after 5.
So
Yeah,
do we need to change the value, existing value from position one to position two,
yes,
position two
Jyoti.
to position
Why
three?
cannot we just shift the 0 position value shift to the 1 position, 1 position value shift to the 2 position, 2 position value shift to the 3 position, and now this is the space for you for 0, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Before copy 0 position 9 value, existing value we have to shift here, right? Shift here, right? Shift here, right?
Yeah.
Same we did in the notice in the insertion start, right?
Right.
Value shifting here, right? And placing the insert value, right? Similarly, here 9 we are inserting the first place, right? Before we are replacing the value here, right?
Right.
So let's try to add any element at a specific position, index. So I want to 0 position, so then you can index 0 position. I want this should be added at the third position. So you can go add the third index, right?
Mhm.
So this is just variance of your add method. Here you are just adding here add element, right? Here add element. But 109 go to the last, right? But here I can not want to go always 1099 last. Here let's say I pass index. Here like maybe I want to the 0 position, right? Or maybe third position, right? So your code go and add the specific position. You have to try. Else I will help you, right?
Sure.
So similarly, these are the some just variants of add and remove. Similarly here, for add, whatever the new element you are going to add, ask a index. I am going to index 0 position or 2 position or last, right? Whatever you option, right? Similarly, like Riyadh, I have a done works for the deleting element. Let's say I want to delete the fifth position value, right? Or
Uh,
second position value, right? Already did, right?
Yeah.
mhm.
The position wise you have to perform delete. Similarly, position wise I am going to insert as well as any position I am going to insert this element. Let's try it. Okay.
Sure. Sure.
For today class, any doubt, any questions till now?
No.
Okay. So once again, what is the homework? Like we need to.
Homework is that you are going to write a code to add element in the array, right? Already I'm written code. I'm always adding at a 9 last, right?
Right.
I'm adding new element. Let's 9. Always I am adding a 9, right? I don't want this 8 element always work at a 9 last position, right? I want this can be add at any position, maybe 0 index or 1 index or 2 index, whatever I want.
Okay. So so we can put it on 0, 1, 2, something like that.
One assignment, first assignment, you let's rename this method which I written. They are
Yeah.
always identical adds. Okay? So add element at last. This is the method name would be could rename add add element at last, right? We are adding at a last. Similarly, you have write a function that add element at a first. Add element at a first. Let's try
Okay.
it.
Okay.
This
I
element
see.
109 must be go to the first place, not the last place, right?
Mhm.
Got a question? Let's try first this. Then we
Okay.
have to put a specific index, maybe 2%, 3%, 5%. These are two kind of works. One is that you have to write one code, and whatever the number I say, like 9, you always go add it the 0%, right? Once you done this complete, then next question would be, I am going to add this 9 at a specific position. Tell me this go to the fourth position. So go and fourth position add this number, right? Clear?
Yeah. Clear.
The two first try this one at the first position. Once you complete the first position, then we have go to the specific index. What you want? Give me the input. I want to two position or fourth or third, whatever, right?
Right.
Position base inserting new element. That is the next assignment, right? This is the I want to insert add new element at the first place only. Let's try. Okay. And if any doubt, confusion, we'll cover, right?
Sure.
So that's good for the day. Anything?
Yeah. That's